I'm back. I posted my first video at the beginning of the year after not posting a single video from April 2024 through the end of 2024. A full 8 months and part of Prime Zwift season. I appreciate everyone who left a comment saying they missed the videos. Although this video doesn't focus on cycling, I wanted to give a quick update on why I disappeared, why I thought I might never post a video again, and what's coming next. Sitting down and really thinking about why I went 8 months without any new content, I realized it wasn't due to only one single reason. I thought I could narrow it down to one reason, but thinking back to my younger days when I worked as a firefighter, when something bad happens, such as someone dying in the line of duty, it's often not just due to one thing that went wrong. It's not just somebody took off their mask during a fire and couldn't breathe. It's often a combination of things. Maybe there was a defect in the oxygen tank and it had less than usual. Or maybe somebody called off sick, so staffing was short. Or it could have been the fire was in a neighboring community and it just so happened they had a call, so you were operating in an unfamiliar environment. The point being, there are often multiple things with a low possibility of happening that for whatever reason just happened that day, at that time, and resulted in a bad outcome. And any one of these things at any one time is manageable. But often when these things happen at the same time is when you run into issues. This is similar to my situation. First, I started working 50 hours a week at work. Second, I lost the initial passion I had for making videos. Third, I upped my cycling training, and honestly, it started to feel more like work than fun. And fourth, and finally, I noticed prioritizing my videos started having negative consequences at work. And quite frankly, all this culminated to me feeling overwhelmed and honestly a bit depressed, which is a bit hard to admit. It took me a while, but I can say I couldn't be more excited to be back now and have a newfound passion for creating content. I know this was a long opening, but here it all is. This is why I disappeared. The biggest driver was that simply my work schedule increased. I opened with an example of accidents happening as a firefighter. That's what I started my career as, but transitioned into finance, where I am now, in a subset of investment banking. My first ever video was released on July 17th, 2023, and I posted about 40 more through May 2024, only about 11 months. During this time, my industry was quite slow, and even 30 hours a week was busy at that time. However, about the time I stopped making videos, work started getting much busier. I rarely worked under a 40-hour work week and often had 50-plus hour weeks. And these hours were not consecutive throughout the day. I might work 9 to 6, have no work from 6 to 8, and get a request to get back online from 8 to 10. This inconsistent work schedule meant it was extremely hard to set aside specific time to work on videos. And I know I'm not the only one with a busy work schedule. I know all of you watching have jobs and probably work just as much or more than me. But this schedule just built upon itself and made me feel miserable about myself. I would tell myself, okay, I'll finish biking at 7 and work on a video for 2 hours. For months, I would get stuck working late, leading me to not make any progress on my videos. I started feeling like a failure. Getting to Friday thinking, ugh, I planned to be halfway through this video, but haven't done anything yet. Weeks led into months, and after a while, I felt, well, what's the point? Well, long working hours were at the root of the issue. This led to the second driver of me disappearing. I simply lost passion for making videos. I started the channel and made videos simply because it was fun. I was reading about cycling, learning more, and teaching my skills I never had. And this is shown by one unique feature in my videos. You may notice I almost never say, please like and subscribe. This is mostly because I don't want you liking a video as a favor to me. I know it only takes 10 seconds to add this, but still, I would much rather you spend those 10 seconds doing something else, maybe even watching another video of mine. As my hope is that you, like me, learn something more about cycling. And if you like the video, that's great. Go ahead and give it a like, as it helps others find the video. But the last thing I want you to do is be wasting your time by me saying like and subscribe every time. To me, if you give a like without being told to, it tells me I should keep at it. And well, if you don't, I don't blame you. It simply means I need to make a better video. Often my first videos only got 100 views, but I didn't really care as I enjoyed the process. Well, at some point this all changed. It wasn't a flick of a light switch, but slowly as my videos got more and more views, thank you to all of those supporting me along the way, something changed. No longer was I thinking, this is a fun topic, let's make a video about it. But I found myself thinking, what's somewhat interesting and a lot of people care about, so I can get more views in my last video. I was still somewhat interested, but found over time, editing videos all night became more like work than fun. I found myself posting videos and checking YouTube analytics every 2 minutes to see how a newly posted video is performing. I'm sure you know where I'm going with this, but after working all day, I found making videos began to feel more like additional work than fun. After just finishing creating a video, I've regained my original passion and gave myself some guidelines for my future well being. Going forward, I will continue making videos, but I'm no longer going to self impose deadlines. I used to think I can't go out with a girlfriend or friends tonight because I need to post my next video within 2 weeks of the last one. Instead, I plan to work on my videos at my own pace. I found in my latest one, this eliminated a lot of the pressure and made it fun again. The second key guideline is aimed at curbing the negative impact of me checking YouTube analytics constantly. I promise you I read all of your comments, and I will continue to do so going forward. However, I need to limit myself to only checking that analytics and comments page a few times a day. My goal is for my measure of success to not only be how many views or likes did this one video get, but did I enjoy making it? And did I improve myself along the way? Not only was I working more and less passionate, but I also decided I would increase my training time on the bike. About the time I stopped posting, I also signed up for My Woosh Sunday Race Club, which offers cash prizes. Although I'm a strong rider, like most of us, I'm nowhere near elite. So I told myself in order to win some cash prizes, I must train more. My biking schedule went from 3 or 4 races that I thought looked fun a week to a more structured plan, riding at least 5 days, sometimes up to 7 days a week, and spending more time on the bike each ride. No longer was I thinking, I'm excited to ride later, but now thinking, oh, I really want to take today off, but need to train so my training load goes up. This essentially meant biking became the third thing in my life that was work. And for a while, biking, just like making videos, felt like an obligation rather than something that I enjoyed. The final thing that contributed was that working on videos started to have negative consequences at my job. I often found myself prioritizing videos rather than performing work obligations. Not to the point where I disregarded work, but to the point where, well, my work quality was a bit worse than it was before. This is because at times I would get a work request, and rather than doing it to the best of my ability, no matter the time commitment, I found myself performing tasks on a self imposed timeline to free up time for videos. Maybe a request came in at 4 p.m. and it would typically take 2 hours to do a great job. Well, I found myself rushing to get the task done by 5 p.m. so I could focus more on videos. In the long term, continuing to do this would result in negative consequences at work. So I realized I need to finish my work to the best of my ability and not self-impose deadlines on my videos. Although this will lead to a more irregular video release schedule at times, it will allow me to better balance work and life. However, after all this, I am back, have found the passion, time, and energy to create new content again. I will be releasing new videos throughout the Zwift season going forward. However, just bear with me, as there may be times I release videos within a week of one another, but there also may be times that it takes me a month to get new content out. During the outdoor summer season, I will be working on videos, but saving some for release to smooth out the overall release schedule. To wrap up, I don't know if posting this video was a good idea, but it felt good to speak up on what was getting me down, causing me to pause my YouTube channel. And although my YouTube channel isn't huge, I wanted to make sure that all of you who have subscribed or been regular viewers of the channel knew why I hadn't posted in a while. Please feel free to share if you have had any similar situations. Maybe you have felt at times biking is more of a chore than work, like I have. Whatever it is, I always feel better after chatting with somebody about it. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for all supporting me.